right, William, let's get talking to the biggest disappointment quote that I heard this week, which comes from our owner of the Angels, Arte Moreno, that he has to make tickets more affordable, that we want affordable over wins. Something along those lines. I don't remember the fucking quote, but fuck that shit. I'm monologue this motherfucker, William. Say something.
It's not the way you think. Unfortunately, it came out of a survey, and people did say that in the survey because they are rich people who want to save money in a way. You know, like I want to go affordable games, whatever. I don't really care about winning. Those are your casual fans that just want to go have fun, drink a beer, and watch a game. That does not speak for all Angels fans, unfortunately. There is the diehard baseball fans, the ones that actually want to see a contending win because, hey, I live in the South where the Braves contend every year and the tickets are affordable and the food is affordable. So the affordability comes on behalf of Arte Moreno. Like, you can still make it affordable, spend money on some players, make it a competitive team. I promise you'll have ticket sales. Look at your crosstown rivals right up to 5, and you have the LA Dodgers, which, by the way, are blowing the bank, not caring about no damn money, yet they're still selling out other stadiums, other games. Yeah, Arte Moreno, I'm pretty sure the fans will still buy your tickets no matter how affordable they are if we have a contending team on the field. Like, we fans are not the minority saying we don't care about top 5. No. We want a winning team. Honestly, I wish that they would force him to sell the team the way they did with the McCourts and the Dodgers. Unfortunately, I thought this court lawsuit they had against the Angels was going to make that force sort of happen. Didn't happen, and it sucks because it's where we are, where we stand. He's saying the young team is gonna, it's what you need to do to contend and eventually start, pushing themselves. Yeah, you could say that, but it's been 10 years. It's been 12 years. It's been 14 years since the playoffs. 15, I think, 2014, however long that was.
Yes.
So it's been a while already. I think we're overdue for a playoff run.
And him saying affordability and all that, I understand what he's saying. If it's because of the survey or whatever, but I know that if my team's winning, I would much rather go to the stadium knowing that the chance of winning is high, as opposed to going to the stadium and saying, fuck, are they going to win? Like, should I even go if they lose? It does piss off, bro. It does piss off because I'm like, come on, man. Like, we want to have a playoff run, bro.
That's the thing. Obviously, we're overdue. When Artie bought the team in 2003, after they had won the championship, you did great. You signed Vlad Guerrero, you signed Torrey Hunter, you signed all these players, and it was great until you got burned. You got burned with those signings. You got burned by Albert Pujols' 10-year, $240 million contract. You got burned with Josh Hamilton. You got burned by CJ Wilson. You got burned with some contracts that you decided to do because you were the owner that, hey, I want the big splash. So you were going after the big splash marquee signings that eventually cost you, and now you're scared because you don't want to get burned again. And that's the reason why you're not spending money, I'm pretty sure. But unfortunately, it is what it is. This is where we live. We like to live and die on our hill of being Angels fans. That's where we're gonna stand.
And it's like, I get it, porque my teams have been losers, right? Like Atlas, affordable tickets. But ever since we tasted those championships back to back, like, I want more. Like, it's like a drug. Like, I want to be in playoffs. I want to fucking be cheering for my team. Like, when I just do 12, 14 years, like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm tired of getting shit on by Dodger fans or fucking Giant fans or even the Padres screw some balls on this side. I'm like, bitch, go win something first before you can fucking talk to us.
Well, the Padres so the thing with the Padres, yeah, they need to win something first, but they have nothing to show for it. They have great talent, just nothing to show for it.
Yes.
You had when it came down to the final season of Shohei's contract, the Angels could have brought Jackson Merrill, which, by the way, is a stud for the Padres. James Wood, by the way, is a stud for the Nationals. I forgot the right field. Dylan Cruz, who is still a prospect. Mackenzie Gore, which is a stud pitcher for the Nationals. You chose not to trade away Ohtani for that haul. and you said to try to win that season. Yeah, it was doable. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. It went south, and you started losing every game. But again, it's unfortunately we have an owner who just doesn't care. It's a simple.
Yeah.
He might just have dementia now. He's hitting 80, you know, and he just forgot what winning is about, what the baseball sport is about, you know, and it's about winning.
Because like I get it. It's how when we were comparing it to WWE that it became more expensive. There's a big difference between WWE for family orientated to a franchise team. Right here, it's you're playing for an actual fucking ring. You're playing for an actual trophy for fans to get excited. And WWE is more like a movie. I'm like, we're there for the acrobatics. We're there for the fucking laughs. We're there for the anger. But we know how the movie's going to go. Like, it's going to go this direction. Sometimes there's a swerve. Like, okay, now we went this direction. And it's okay, right? There's injuries. There's wows and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's scripted. So we know where it's going to go. So it should be affordable for us as opposed to a franchise team that we want our team to be in playoffs to compete for a fucking trophy. We would pay for that price because we know, hey, why the fuck not? If the Dodgers can make it, if the Angels can make it all the way, why the fuck not?
And that's the thing when you think about owners who have sold their teams and immediately there was immediate impact, right? You got the Clippers with Ronald Sterling and the whole shenanigans that happened there. That happened because of a whole racial type thing where the owner was like racist, basically. So they forced Ronald Sterling to sell a team. Who bought him? Steve, whatever his name is. I forgot his name.
Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin. He is, again, CEO of Microsoft, or he used to be. I'm not sure he still is. He immediately made it a contending team with Kawhi, Paul George. Trying to make that team happen. Try to go to the finals. Eventually, they got to the Western Conference 3-1 and blew that lead. Ended up losing that Western Conference, finals. Then you go to the Dodgers again, the McCourts. That happened because of a divorce. So they didn't know how to split the team. Finally, MLB stepped in and like, you know what? Just sell the team. They forced to sell the team. Who bought them? Magic Johnson and that group of billionaires. And now they are the Dodgers who we have. But at the time, the Dodgers were terrible in the 2000s. They were completely bad. You had Adrian Beltre as your main star on third base. So now it's a whole different ownership, and obviously ownership that wants to win. Same thing with the Clippers owner who wants to win. Fortunately, sometimes it just doesn't go, but at least they're showing they're trying to win. It didn't happen for the Clippers, but it happened for the Dodgers. In this case, hey, Arte, sell the team, and I can promise you get an owner who wants to show the county of Orange that, hey, we're going to win. I'm going to go ahead and spend money and bring in some players that are willing to win. Poor Mike Trout spent his whole career. I don't blame him. He made a couple million. He didn't want to leave. That's on Trout, but if I'm pretty sure had Trout heard this statement from Arte Moreno now, back then when he signed the extension, he would have walked. I'm like, yeah, I'm not signing this extension. I'm going to, Philly from where I'm from. In this case, go play with Bryce Harper. I'm pretty sure he would have won a couple rings out there in Philly.
I don't know about that.
What you mean? You got Bryce Harper, you got Trey Turner, you got Mike Trout, you got what else do you want?
How many have they won? How many has Philly have won?
They got to finals. Well,
it's more than what Angels gave them, right?
I mean, yeah, that's my point. Like with this statement of already saying winning is not priority, who do you think players are gonna want to be like, hey, I'm gonna go sign for the Angels?
Nope.
Hell no. That just pushed away any top free agent that wants that, push them all the way. Like I ain't trying to go to the Angels. They're not trying to win. Yep. You got players like Jazz Chisholm. I don't like him, but he's like, I'd rather play for the Angels than play for the Dodgers because I'm not trying to win a ring like that, But that was before I already said that. Now I don't know, At the same time, he's not.
It's true. It's like, where does competing stop? Like, when the Dodgers became champions, the fucking one with the long hair, I think it was a shortstop. I think it was their second baseman, and I don't know who else. He's like, oh, we won. He's like, when we can't beat them, why not join them?
Oh, that's Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell. Both pitchers, both from Tampa Bay Rays when they lost to the Dodgers in 2020.
Well, I'm like, so what are you trying to say? That you guys are a bunch of pussies that you can't handle a loss and you want to join the...
Basically.
I'm like, that's... I don't know. To me, that's pussy mentality.
I mean, you're trying to beat them. That's the main goal. You want to be the champion, you got to beat the champion. Again, I mean, I've seen this meme go around. You lost the World Series. You lost the Stanley Cup, and you lost. And you lost in the Olympics. Canada. You might as well call yourself CanTada. But but
I think I have.
But it's like, we're trying to. You got to beat the Dodgers. That's the team you want to beat. The Padres were gonna do it a few. Not this past postseason, previous one. The Blue Jays almost had them this year. It just didn't happen.
Say that again. Say that again for Canada. All right. Again right now.
All I'm saying is you couldn't win the World Series, you couldn't win the Stanley Cup, and you couldn't win the Olympics. Like.
Oh fuck! That sucks. I mean, you guys can't. And I think on hockey, I think that's what you're talking about, right? That the US beat them, and they're gonna lose in the baseball classic.
They're not making it past that far in the classic.
I don't even know why that fool said that they're gonna win the group stage. I think it was.
I forgot his name, but Trevor May, I think it is. No, not Trevor May. Yeah, Trevor May. So the thing is, obviously Trevor May, he was a stud. He was back in 2014 with the Mets. That whole pitching lineup where they had like the best pitching core. Unfortunately, did not win a ring. They lost to the Royals that year. And by the way, the Royals beat the Angels that year on their way to their championship ring. But
we lost. That's what you're saying,
huh? Yeah, we lost to the champions. Exactly. We had the best record in the league, 104 wins, just for nothing. It just. But yeah, no. So he said, yeah, Canada they have a solid team. It's just they're not gonna go that far. Yes. And just because we're biased, United States is gonna win. It's that simple. Japan's not winning it. Shohei's not pitching. Japan's not winning it.
But they have the Dodgers.
I don't matter if you have Yamamoto. Wow, you have one pitcher. Cool. You don't have three. You don't have Roki. Well, you have Roki, but Roki hasn't been the same since he's done signed for the Dodgers. You don't have. Huh?
They have Ichiro, bro.
Who, Suzuki? Yeah, they had him 20 years ago. He doesn't play anymore. They just have his aura around them. But again, it's not. Japan's not winning it this time. I think United States has a solid shot at actually winning the Classic. Mexico is not making past group stage this year, unfortunately.
You don't think they're gonna make a group stage?
You don't have the same team you had 3 years ago. Urias is no longer there. The pitcher, obviously, he's dealing with his things. Alex Manoah just came back to pitching with the Angels, but again, he's just barely getting his rhythm back. If he's going to be good, we don't know yet. And you have a few, don't get me wrong, their roster announcements were solid. They were by far the best announcements that we have seen. But they're not the same team that they had 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, it's Mexico, so we have to be biased.
We have to be biased, but we're not. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you that. Do you always root for the U.S. in every single sport, or do you become biased? Or not biased, but like at the World Cup, do you root for U.S. or do you root for Mexico?
Mexico. Ever since I moved to Georgia, it's been more of a Mexico type thing.
All right. When it's the baseball classic.
United States. That's just to compare it. That's just a team that's gonna win. Not win, but that has a better roster. You can't root for Mexico, who we know is not meant to win this, not yet at least.
So, but you would be rooting for them overall, for US and not Mexico at all?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, I know more players in the US than what I do for Mexico. You have a few players from Mexico that I could name. Alejandro Kirk, catcher for the Blue Jays. That big fat guy who just almost missed, winning for them. You have, again, the Urias brothers. Unfortunately, they're not as good as they were 3 years ago. There are three brothers that helped Mexico get there. Unfortunately, both of them are suck, and then the pitcher is just no longer pitching anymore. Alex Manoah, again, he had a solid 3 years ago, and then from there, he just fell off a cliff, and now he's with the Angels and hopefully reviving his career. You have Randy Arozarena, not really Mexican, but hey, he's Mexican. He hasn't been the same since. You have Alec Thomas from the Diamondbacks, who really, the name itself, Alec Thomas, he's not Mexican, but at the same time, he's not really that good yet. Mexico, not happening.
What about in the Olympics?
I don't follow Olympics that much. If I do, I follow Summer Olympics more than I do winter.
Why is that?
I guess more sports that I know. You're talking about basketball, soccer, talking about track, talking about swimming.
Hmm.
No, we
Okay.
hear all you're really doing is what, skiing, snowboarding, hockey, and the little broom thing.
Bro, se enfermó mi niña, right? So we were at the clinic last week, and while I'm waiting for Isamar to do all the paperwork, I'm looking at the Olympics, and I'm so fucking into it. I'm so into it. The way they throw these goes, oh, I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I want to know.
And it's easy to keep track of the score. Like, I know how to play it. I know about it. I just don't know,
how to play it.
Enough of
Like,
it.
how to actually play it.
It's like I forgot what it's called, but it's like you have the shuffle boards, where you like slide it through the sand.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing. Just bigger version, I guess.
¿Cómo se llama? Yeah, I was all into it, and every time I see highlights on my Instagram about the Winter Olympics, that's usually the one that always pops up all the time. I'm like, I don't know why I don't get the other ones, like the snowboarding and all that. I don't get none of that shit, but I do sure as fuck get that fucking game. I'm the same for Winter Olympics. Unless if I know the runner, I root for that specific runner. Like there was a guy by the name of Felix something from Cuba, and he did the 100-meter hurdles. I like that fool a lot. So when it was like that, ¿cómo se llama? When it was like that, I would be rooting for Cuba. Obviously, when Usain Bolt was dominant, I was the Usain Bolt guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, ¿cómo se llama? When this fucking little new guy came in. Oh, give me a second. Hey.
Bro.
What's up?
¿Te va a poder o no?
Sí, let me just finish the podcast y ahorita me voy para allá.
Oh, no, I'm already going to finish the car that I'm doing, so...
Oh, like in another hour then?
Yeah, 40 minutes, an hour, 7.
A ver, está bien pues. All right, bye. That was Jason.
Yeah, I know his gay voice.
So, ¿qué estaba hablando? Oh, de like, por decirlo de los deportes, de cómo se llama de eso, que when I don't know the players and all that, it's really, yeah, you're right. Like sometimes you lean more towards them, and sometimes because you don't like that team, you don't want them to win. Like for decirlo, because of Vinicius, I don't want Brazil to win the World Cup. Because I don't like Vinicius.
You don't have to worry about Brazil even getting past quarters or semis.
I'm like, a lot of people were hating on Argentina when they won the World Cup. The thing is that I'm a Messi guy. I'm like, it's right here. Where is he? Where are you, Messi? Oh, right there. Right there. Boom, baby. Boom. I've been wanting to get that fucking poster for a while now. I'm a big Messi guy. So me, I wasn't rooting against him aunque le metió el gol a Mexico, and I was supporting Mexico and all that. But I know that when USA used to suck, I used to root for them a lot. When there was Donovan, Bradley, and I would always say, we just had a striker. Y como se llama, now that they're kind of good, but they're fucking bunch of show-offs, I'm like, I don't like you guys no more. Because you guys should be playing every single fucking tournament, not the ones you guys want. Like, oh, I don't want to play in the Gold Cup because it's old. Let me play the Nations League. Bitch, Nations League, what the fuck? Like, leave that to Europe. How the fuck are you going to play the Nations League in a CONCACAF when there's like 4 good teams? That's stupid as fuck.
Well, I think Nations League really just took over friendlies. I think that's what it was. So it's not even like I don't as a football fan, we don't see that series. I don't see that trophy series. Like, oh, we won this. Okay, good. That's not really a trophy. It just took over friendlies. That's all it did.
So that they can kind of make it. No, well, yes and no. Okay, so in Europe, in the UEFA, because there's so many teams, a lot of the big teams never took their big players. They never took their big players because there was nothing for them to play with. So now what they did is like, oh, we're gonna make like a tournament to get more points para poder sacar more money, basically. So that's why they created the Nations League. The thing is that in Europe it makes sense because there's like a fucking 144 fucking countries out there. or I don't know how many fucking countries, like 80 countries. So it makes sense for them to have the Nations League. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense for CONCACAF when one, you only have like 18 teams. Number two, there's only like 4 or 5 teams that are good. So it's pointless to do that fucking Nations League.
Yeah.
And CONMEBOL, I don't even know if they have it. And in Africa, I don't know if they have it. My thing was, if you're gonna do like a Nations League, sign up with Africa and have them compete.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, well, yeah, because you could obviously host it out here like you do with the Gold Cup. You don't host it at all in Mexico. You just host it out here.
And Africa loves that fucking money.
Yeah,
because that's how they fucking treat. Why do you think there's a lot of fucking French players everywhere? Not French, African players. I don't know if you knew this, but when you're 18, you have to pay money to play for your national team. And a lot of
over in the Middle Eastern, yeah.
Which is fucking wow. I did not know that shit until fucking Samuel Eto'o, and I forgot who else said it. That's why Mbappe's with France. That's why this fucking other guy, like a lot of players decided to play with other countries. And I'm like, and muchos dicen, if all these guys actually played for their national team where they belong, is like all the other teams wouldn't be great. Africa would actually be great because
I believe, yeah, France is built on African descent. I believe, there's hardly any actual French players playing for France.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's why when I became a coach for my kids team, I said that. I was like, when I saw get Brazilian American, Gringo American, Mexican American, Black American, Indian American, Korean Americans, when it's all these kids, a mixture of a pot and all this shit, I was like, motherfucker, you got World Cup. What are we going to be in 2026? I'm like, give World Cup 2026, 2030, 2034. I was like, between 2034 and 2038, USA is going to have a banging fucking team. They're going to have a banging fucking team. Right now, they're not big.
Well, that's the thing, though. You talk about it's a mentality game, too. Like, the United States have, like you mentioned, a really good roster. They have a solid-ass coach in Potocino. So it's you have the golden generation of players right now, and yet you're not doing anything because there are going to be little stars who I'm more than this. I'm more than the badge, basically. I'm the best player there is. For United States and the history of the United States. I guess we say like so you could talk about they that's the reason why they don't progress because it's just all mental. So really, that's really what it does. So yeah, potentially, 2036 could happen. Whatever it might be, 30, 34, 38. 38 could happen. Very much so, it could happen. But it's obviously that mentality has to change to, hey, I'm gonna play for the badge, not be more than the badge. That's what it's gonna be.
Y cómo se llama? Yeah, that's true because I keep thinking about this. I'm like, I wonder how Donovan would have looked with Gio Reyna to his side, with Weah in the front, with what's the other fool? I forgot his name. The other striker that they have, Pulisic on the left side. Because I never fucking liked Dempsey, bro. I never fucking I thought he was fucking ass, bro. I don't know how the fuck he has that many goals.
Because he was good.
He was not good.
He was good, bro. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I'll tell you this: the mindset of that U.S. team with Onichukwu on defense, with Tim Howard on goal, with that mindset with this team that we have now, the United States has now, I'll give you that. I'll give you that to semis, guaranteed. Yeah. However, no, guaranteed. I don't know. I guarantee
maybe fifth game.
Hell no, quarterfinals possibly, more than likely. No, that's 6th game now. But but that's my point. Like now you're looking at a spot like give me that mentality with these players. Yeah. That be playing in Dortmund, that be playing, getting academy out there. Pulisic leading Italy right now in goals, the league. Probably not anymore, but at one point this season he had the most goals in Italy. So give me that mentality with these players. I could see them going to semis. Unfortunately, they don't have that mentality. They don't have the dog in them. They're just like, I play for myself, not for the badge. That's what it is.
I think that it comes down to money, unfortunately.
I mean, one, they're too. I mean, I'm not gonna say they were too young to get exposed to the big picture, but yeah, really, all these kids. Pulisic when he debuted was what 17. Tim Weah 19. And they were all obviously in El Extranjero. That's where they all got their debuts. As to opposing Donovan Dempsey, all these guys got their debuts out here in MLS. And eventually started branching out to wherever they ended up playing, getting loan spells, all this, all that.
That's why I was telling everyone. I'm like, how is it possible that Mexico, when they didn't have players in Europe, can compete in the World Cup, make it to the next stage, lose right there? That's it, right? Lose in the fourth game. But now that they have players in Europe, or that on the Nora Penal and the World Cup after that, like kind of suck. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, we can blame the coach all we want, but the players have a lot to do with it. And even right now, when I see them play, I'm like, you guys have no fucking heart. No tienen corazón. ¿Qué dijo Raúl Jiménez? Ay, si los abuchean acá en México, los vamos para Estados Unidos. Like, what the fuck is that? We're booing you because you guys suck.
I mean, yeah, it's true, and that's the thing. Again, it goes back to the same thing. Maybe it's the same mentality the United States has. They're no longer playing for the badge. And I'm sorry to say, but it's true. Like, I don't know when that shift happened. But it goes to the same thing now than what it did then. It's like I can't name one solid ass player from Mexico. That I could, or at least maybe I could name 1 or 2, 3 players. Yeah, maybe I don't watch Liga MX as much as I used to when I was a kid with you and Dad. But I could honestly say that I knew more players then than what I do now. Am I an avid football watcher? No, but how is it that I could name more United States players back then and now, as to opposing more Mexican players back then and now? Like, I can't really name much from now. Beside the 3 keepers, Rangel, Acevedo, and Malagon. And then you have Santi Jimenez and Raúl Jimenez, and well, that's all about everything I know.
Acevedo's not a fucking keeper, dog.
Yeah, he is.
Keep your Santos to your Santos over there, right? That
I didn't say he was a keeper for La Selección, but he's a keeper. At one point, he was one of the best keepers in the MX.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you did miss out on Gilberto Mora, which, if he has the same heart as Messi and the same mentality as Hugo Sanchez.
Yeah, 17-year-old kid?
Yeah, that was going to be great.
16-year-old, whatever. But the thing, they're not even calling him. He got injured. Uh-huh. He played with Cholos, right? I think. Yeah. Yep. I know he was making that big noise during the Gold Cup, I think it was, or the Olympics of 16. I don't know. He was doing some big noise somewhere.
And then you have El de las Chivas, La Hormiga, who's like 22, center striker. That kid can fucking score, bro. I was telling everyone, I'm like, they should take him to the World Cup, because when you need a guy who can score in killer minutes, he's gonna do it.
That was what, Jimenez 4 years ago? Santi? Did he get called? No.
But that was Tata Martino, though.
I know who it was. Did he get called? No, it's not Tata. I'm pretty sure it's a Federación who wants money. Hey, you want sponsorships? Well, hey, we want this player to go. He's So.
That's a good part. Hormigas with Chivas.
Yeah, but they lose their invicto, and then what happens? The whole city loses chaos and blow up cars and stuff.
Yes, exactly. That's what happened. El grande pierde y pierden el mejor cartel.
What was it? Like, you have to sacrifice something for something, So that happened to Mencho. That happens to Chivas. Atlas win the championship. Vicente Fernandez passes away. It's what it was.
The only thing that sucked about the Chente thing, even though he was from Guadalajara, so it makes sense, is that he was a big Chivas fan. That's the only thing that sucks about that theory. But it makes perfect sense. I'm like, you're from Guadalajara. As a Guadalajara team, we sacrifice Chente for us to become champions.
Yeah, basically.
And what's crazy is that ¿cómo se llama? Alejandro Fernández was gonna do el himno mexicano when Chente passed away. So he didn't get to do it because he was sad. But he was gonna do the himno mexicano. Mexicano, something. I don't even know my freaking American anthem, to be honest.
That one's easy. We watch it every single Super Bowl and NBA final and MLB. So
I usually skip all that shit because I'm like, are they playing yet? Oh, it's running. All right, let's go.
No, he turned the ball over 5 times already. All right, we're good.
Well, before we end this live, William, what happened to your Patriots? What happened to Drake May turning it over and becoming Tom Brady legend?
What happened was
Yeah.
it was gonna happen. You know, it just didn't. You know, I mean, you can't do much when you got an O line. You know, hopefully the Patriots address that O line, and then you have a potential championship team there. I mean, because really, what did the Seahawks do? Not much, really. Sam Darnold was actually on check too, until he actually.
I was telling everyone that Drake May did end up with 300 yards. He's the only quarterback, I think, from what I remember, and everybody's ignoring this, right? That he's the only quarterback that scored on the Seahawks in the fourth quarter twice. I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns and then twice. I'm like, and he still got shit on because he fumbled it twice, I think, or intercepted it twice.
Once fumble at 1 interception, or was it 2 interceptions? But for sure, it was a fumble. I know that.
It was one fumble.
One, yeah.
So, and I think one of the interceptions was a pick 6, if I recall, or almost a pick 6. So that's what that's why they're saying that he choked. But I saw the numbers, and I'm like, and other people gave me shit like, I told you it was not the truth. I'm like, I saw what I saw, and you guys are just seeing what their media is telling you. I'm like, that guy scored on the Seahawks when no one else did on the fourth quarter, and he did it twice.
All I'm saying is, the minute he started scrambling, that's the minute he started playing like Drake May. The minute he started, you know, that's when he started. That's when he actually found the solution for that Seahawks defense. You know,
and that's what I'm saying. I think he started a little too late.
Yeah, it was
he woke up too late. Up too late, and that's what happened. If he would have woken up a quarter or 2 quarters, maybe we would have had I'm not sure about a different outcome, but it would have been a way different talk.
Yeah, I mean, again, because the minute he started scrambling out of the pocket, that's when he started actually playing his game that he knows how to play. It just didn't happen.
So you're saying the USA wins the US Classic? Angels does not sell. The Arte does not sell the Angels. Who wants? No, we're too far from the World Cup still. We still got months ahead. And even that one, are you gonna go to any games?
No, I don't know. Ticket prices are insane, bro.
Only like $400.
Yeah, you got them.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't want to see fucking Iran versus Jordan. What the fuck is that?
So I mean, obviously I was looking at my area. We got Spain, luckily, but it's like, who am I watching? Spain versus Saudi. It's like, I'm not gonna. I don't mind seeing. I mean, don't say Saudi's a good team because they're not. I don't mind seeing Yamin Yamal though. I'm like, Yamin Yamal, a few Spanish players. I'm like, okay, I could potentially go see this game. At the same time, I could, in a mindset of scalper, you can go ahead and buy tickets and sell them to all these Saudi people from out here because there's a whole bunch of them. You know, so I'm like, that's a good possibility. I also have semifinals out here, I think. Semifinal match, but those tickets were just outrageous.
Oh, the fucking East Coast gets all the good games at the end
because they have the best time zone for the European countries.
It's bullshit. They shouldn't be treating no one like that.
It's not. You guys have you guys have a brand new stadium that doesn't even have AC. You really want to have the World Cup there? No.
What are you talking about?
SoFi?
It doesn't have the seat capacity.
Well, that's even worse. No seat capacity and no AC. Look at that. Damn. And
you don't need. That's just nice and cool.
Yeah, I'm sure during the summertime. Okay.
We've been there in the summertime.
No, you've been there in the winter when the football season's on.
Cuando cantaron los Bookies y los Rolling Stones.
One concert.
2 concerts. Bookies and Rolling. It was still cool.
Most of the World Cup games are gonna be during the day, by the way. You know, just so you're aware.
That sucks. I won't be working for majority of the games.
I mean, that was us 4 years ago. I was doing routes in the middle at 11 in the morning. You know, when it happened in Qatar. And then
I was like at 3 in the fucking morning, bro.
Well, for me it was East Coast time. So really, you took on. I believe it was during group stage. I believe it was 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 people.
The final. No way, you're thinking wrong. The group stage, it was the early games, and then there was only like one game, like around for us, like at 8 in the morning, which puts you at 11. My bad, you're right. So it was usually like 4 games or 3 games, and then one of them was only at 11 for you. For us, it was always 9 a.m. La final and all those games, like the group, the knockout stage, those were all like at 10 a.m. For us, like 9, 10, and 11, putting yours at 12, 1, and 2.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because even I even told my manager, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be late for work because I'm gonna watch the World Cup final.
Yeah,
Straight up.
I think that's. I remember I was doing my job during those time slots. Even the World Cup before that, Russia, I think it was. I was literally my phone watching the game at Chipotle while I was still working at Chipotle. I'm not. I saw the Toni Kroos go off the free kick against Korea. I think it was. I had it on the prep table as I was watching it. I was like, that was a banger. Like, I obviously screamed that because that was a banger.
Bro,
people were looking at me. I don't care. Watching the game.
I became a Russian for like 120 minutes when Russia played. Who was it? Croatia. Right. So I'm in Newport Beach. I'm looking for where to watch the game, and this fucking pizza place has a soccer game. And when I go in there, all I see is Russians. Well, I know that they're Russians because every time that the Russian would score a goal, or like when porque eran 2-2, every time they would miss a goal, they would start screaming like, oh, blah, 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 in their language. So because I was hyped up by them, I became Russian. I was like, oh shit, my name is Rakostopoulou or some shit like that, right? And I'm watching the game. Russia scores. These fools are screaming. Croatia scores. They get mad. Croatia scores, and these fools are fucking pissed. They're like, fucking stupid. Da 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 da. And I'm like, dude, you guys don't even know English, and you guys are talking shit. And then fucking Bruno Fernandes, I think that was his name, Bruno Fernandes, mete gol de cabecita.
That's Portugal.
Yeah. Huh?
That's Portugal.
Well, his name was Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes is okay. Well, Bruno Fernandes is Portugal, but
okay. So not Bruno Fernandes, but something Fernandes from Brazil was playing for Russia, and he scores the gol de cabecita. Y ya se van a los penales, and obviously I forgot how it went. I think it was like 1-1, 2-1. I mean 1-1, 2-2. Miss, score, y pierde. Y ya, pues ya perdió, ¿verdad? Russia. But when when Fernandes missed his penalty, these fools saying it's like, well, we can't get mad at him because he scored the final goal and he brought us to the penalty. I was like, that's not a bad way to look at life. Because they're right. If you get mad at him for missing the penalty, I'm like, well, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no penalties.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, yeah. I was like, so that was a fun experience that I got to experience with a fucking Russian team and a Croatian team with a bunch of Russians drinking beer and eating pizza. Make that make sense. Italian.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't even think Russia has a dish, to be honest.
I'm sure there is. We actually pay attention. We just gotta pay attention.
There's gonna be like fucking ice cubes and fucking. I'm messing people. I'm messing. All right, William. You have yourself a good night, eh?
All right. So,
peace out. There you have it, people. There you have it. We talked a little bit here, a little bit over there, a lot over here, and a lot over there. Have a good night.